The Sierra Madre. You've heard the stories, the tragedies that have taken place there. We all have. But there is something else out there. The origin of this mysterious resort. How did the Sierra Madre come to be? And how did it end up falling apart into what we know it as today? There was one man behind everything that the Sierra Madre had to offer. Frederick Sinclair. Sinclair wanted to build the perfect casino, unlike anything the world had ever seen. Even more than that, with the United States on the brink of nuclear war with China, Sinclair wanted to create more than just a casino. He wanted to create a perfect vacation for those looking to hide away from the nukes that were imminent to fall on top of the world. To this day, the casino remains untouched after 200 years and perfectly preserved by the nuclear bombs. Even after his death, Sinclairs Paradise still remains a death trap waiting to be sprung free. Sinclairs Paradise, the Sierra Madre, was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. The casino's design was based off of French Art Deco architecture, which Sinclair drew a strong interest to. The streets of the casino's villa were lined with unique vending machines that provided its inhabitants with the services that they would receive from the outside world. Some of the world's most well-known celebrities were invited to join Sinclair in his new resort, and some of the greatest chefs from around the world were offered to cook for the inhabitants of the casino. Because of the Sierra Madre's large size and budget, two companies had to be hired to build it, one for the villa where the inhabitants would live, and one for the casino. In order to meet the entire budget while putting most of it into the casino, the villa had to be meagerly designed, with the walls of the accommodations said to be, quote, sand barely held together with spit and glue. The poor architecture of the villa led to workers getting injured from parts of it collapsing. Medical reports of the injuries were later destroyed to prevent the discovery of the happenings from the Sierra Madre employees. Sinclair was obsessed with security over his paradise, therefore banning any chems or foreign items to enter the casino. At one point, Sinclair requested a piece of technology for his casino that had only reached its prototype stages, the hologram, which could provide services to those in the casino. However, with Sinclair's strict thought of security, he wanted to bring his holograms to the next level, to create hologram security guards that would patrol the halls of the casino and attack any intruders with a fatal laser beam. Big Mountain, the creators of the hologram, refused to create a weaponized hologram because of the cost it would take to make them work. Sinclair later contacted National Electric to create the security holograms. He signed a contract with the company, and the project was successful. The thing that made these holograms special is their inability to be killed. They were powered by wall-mounted emitters that would act as its power source, only allowing it to travel a certain distance. Because of the technology that Big Mountain had provided Sinclair to build his casino, an agreement was made between them that Sinclair would allow Big Mountain to test their newest experiments in his casino and villa. One of these experiments was the Cloud, a toxic miasma that Big Mountain had developed, which they later used in the villa and casino as a test. Hazmat suits had to be developed for the construction workers to protect them from the Cloud, as it became a major problem to their health. Even though the hazmat suits were excellent protection against other toxins and forces, none of them stood a chance against the Cloud. The Cloud ended up rusting the straps on the suits, trapping the workers inside and forcing them to be cut out of them with a cosmic knife, an experimental knife made by Big Mountain that was made of a space-age alloy known as Saturnite, also created by Big Mountain. Workers ended up dying inside of the suits and later mutated into the ghost people that patrol the streets of the villa 200 years later. After the bombs fell and humanity had been put on pause, the ventilation systems in the Sierra Madre eventually had malfunctioned and released the Cloud into the casino and into the streets of the villa, where it preserved the casino after 2 centuries untouched. What you may not have known is that Sinclair didn't build the Sierra Madre out of appreciation for the world. He built it for someone in particular, someone he had fallen in love with, Vera Keys. Vera had an affair with famous singer Dean Domino, as Dean had introduced Vera to Sinclair. That was the moment where Sinclair felt a love stronger than any other love felt. It was for this woman that he would build the Sierra Madre as the greatest gift to be bestowed upon her, until things became complicated. Sinclair had been struck by a discovery that he never thought he would make. He had discovered evidence of plans to rob the Sierra Madre and take the treasures that lay inside. Even worse, the plans were being headed by Dean and Vera. Sinclair felt betrayed. He felt that his once love for Vera was love no longer. Sinclair began to develop a trap that would lock Dean in the casino's treasure vault forever if he were to ever gain access to it during the heist. Vera eventually confessed her and Dean's plan to Sinclair. He was overcome by anger but refused to kill Vera. Instead, he returned to the vault to write an apology to her instead of the trap that was intended. He tried to disarm the trap that he had set for his once love and her partner, but the poisonous cloud that was meant to preserve the city had leaked from the pipes of the vault, where he met his demise in the process. And that was the end of Frederick Sinclair. Nearly 2 centuries after the fall of the Sierra Madre, the casino was uncovered by ex-Brotherhood of Steel elder, Father Elijah. He saw the cloud as the perfect weapon against the Mojave and the NCR. He saw it as the perfect approach to revenge against the Republic after the Brotherhood of Steel's loss at the Battle of Helios I. The Sierra Madre's radio broadcast, playing Veraki's faint and alluring voice on an infinite loop, still lures anyone looking to begin again to its doors, with those people never being seen or heard from again. Those who do live to tell the tale will all tell you the same thing, that finding a new beginning is not even the hard part. It's letting go.